So I did this for about 30 days straight. And guys, I have to tell you, I lost 10 pounds without even trying. I wasn't trying. I was doing everything the same. The only difference was I was no longer eating dairy. Now, I'm someone who lost a lot of weight following the keto diet. I lost over 70 pounds. It was a lot of ups and downs throughout my journey. It wasn't a straight line down as it really rarely ever is with weight loss. I just recently tried cutting out dairy. I've never done it before, and honestly, I thought it was something that would be literally impossible because my entire meal planning was all dairy. I just got this feeling like maybe I'm eating too much dairy, and I really do want to take my goals to like the next level. If you are someone who might be in a plateau right now, or maybe you're trying to do the ketogenic diet, but you can't have dairy. So the good news is this diet is very flexible for someone like that. Someone who maybe wants to do keto, but doesn't want to have the dairy in there or can't have the dairy in there. So the way that I did this was I actually followed low dairy. I went really low on the dairy, and what I did was I focused on cutting out the casein, which is the protein that is in dairy products that causes issues for a lot of people. And so by cutting out the casein, that meant eliminating cheese, primarily cheese. So I still eat butter. You can, if you're going strict no dairy, go for some ghee. You know, nut butters are great, that sort of thing. Obviously, that's not a dairy product, but eggs are perfectly fine. I know I get that question a lot. Like, people ask, if you're not eating dairy, can you eat eggs? Yes, you can eat eggs still. There is no casein in eggs. So then I also basically, what I did was, instead of adding the cheese to my meals, which I was normally adding, I added avocado, guacamole. I personally use just like a store-bought one from Costco that I really like, and it's easy for me. However, if the avocados are ripe and great in your area, you definitely should use fresh, whole avocados. That will help you get in that healthy fat. So have literally an avocado every meal, or half an avocado every meal, to really help you get the fats, but also to make the foods more satisfying and to make it really good too, because you don't want to feel deprived in any way. That's my biggest trick with the low no dairy thing. I still had like a grass-fed organic butter. I use the Kerrygold to make like a fat coffee. That works well for me. If you're cutting that out, you can use coconut oil, you can use ghee in your fat coffee, and that works perfect too. I use the fat coffee as a meal, one of my meals of my day. It helps me up my fats without adding extra proteins and carbs. Yeah, so if you're someone who's doing low dairy, I also was eating like ranch, which is a dairy product. However, it's a small amount and I wouldn't be eating it every day. I would have it like on the weekend. So I did this for about 30 days straight. And guys, I have to tell you, I lost 10 pounds without even trying. I wasn't trying. I was doing everything the same. The only difference was I was no longer eating dairy. So that, to me, tells me that my body has some sort of resistance to weight loss when dairy is present in what I'm doing. So you really have to find what works best for you personally. And maybe it's not dairy. Maybe you do great with dairy and you have no issues with it at all. But if you find that the majority of the foods that you're eating is very, very dairy heavy, then cutting back on that, you might get and see some amazing results. 10 pounds in 30 days without even trying, without doing anything different, doing everything as I was doing it. But there were some side effects, and this is the part that no one will tell you, but I will tell you this. You don't expect this to happen, but dairy is incredibly addictive. And when you are used to eating a lot of dairy, like cheese products with every meal, and then all of a sudden you don't have any, you're gonna have some like withdrawal symptoms. I mean, I had a really bad headache. I suffered from just, it felt like withdrawal of caffeine. It felt like withdrawal of caffeine. So I was tired. I just felt terrible, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's what's happening. I am going through withdrawal symptoms, from eliminating the dairy. And that is how that is how you know that something that you are consuming is probably not the best for you to consume, when you start feeling effects like that, like withdrawal symptoms, when you no longer have it. So it took about 3 days of these type of symptoms. Really, the headache was the most noticeable thing. I really had a bad headache from that. So, and it hit me it didn't hit me the first day, it hit me the second day. So I kept track on a calendar because I was like, okay, it is my goal. And this is the thing. I didn't look at it saying I'm gonna go 30 days with no dairy. And by the way, I'm still going no dairy. I didn't look at it saying I'm gonna go 30 days with no dairy. This is my challenge. I looked at it like I'm gonna go 1 day with no dairy. If I can get through this 1 day, then I know I can do 2. And then I was like, okay, I did 2 days. I'm going a week. 1 week, no dairy. I got through that week and I was like, this isn't that bad. This is actually pretty easy. I can do this in my life. So I'm gonna do 2 weeks. So then I did 2 weeks, and then once I got through 2 weeks, I'm like, I'm going 30 days. And then I went 30 days and I was like, yes, this is a lifestyle that I can stick to. I really like the way I feel. There are some things like I just can't explain. Like right now I have congestion and stuff because I'm just getting over a sore throat and like a cold, all of this crap that my kids are bringing home from school. But when I got through the first 30 days of no dairy, or even probably right around week 2, I really noticed like my airways opened up, like I felt like I could sleep better, clearer. I don't know, it's crazy. So I didn't realize dairy was affecting me in so many ways that it was. You can definitely do it. It might be a little challenging. If you mess up, don't worry about it. Just get back onto it and keep going with it. A couple little recipes to help you in your little endeavor here. If you're someone who likes to eat pizza, low carb wrap pizza or like a cauliflower pizza, you can actually substitute the cheese for spinach. It sounds crazy, but I'm telling you guys, it's actually really good. So I would take like a low carb pizza, I would put low sugar tomato sauce on there, like the wrap, low carb wrap, low sugar tomato sauce on there, and then I would load it up with spinach, and I would chop up some onions, some mushrooms, I would put pepperoni on there, whatever you would put on the top of a pizza. And then I would bake that. I use my toaster oven, so I think I did it at like 400 degrees, maybe for like 15 minutes. I baked that, pulled it out directly on the rack, sliced it up into pieces, and then I would just like dip it in a little bit of ranch. So this is my way of low dairy. I'm not eating the cheese. I'm eating a little bit of ranch, which is okay, and I'm having the butters there. So that's pretty much how I got through this whole time. And then my husband was honestly shocked. He's like, you're still not eating dairy? He was just proud of me for actually sticking to something like that. So challenge yourself. If you've gone without dairy, or if you are currently doing keto with no dairy and you have some tips for us, I would love to hear it in comments. If you are thinking about going dairy and are a little nervous about it, I'd also like to hear that. Thanks guys for watching this video. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and take care.